So, hello. I know last time I had a blog entry, I was doing the Chihuly baby mobile, and I said I would be back the next day to show you how it finished. I've not finished it yet. In fact, I have gotten quite distracted doing Christmas presents. So, today I want to teach you how to make 3 different kinds of felt flowers. The first one is this spirally little rosette sort of one. I actually have pictures for this that I need to upload, so I won't be doing that over the video, but it will be in this post. The second kind are these pom-pom-ish ones. There's another tighter version. And then the third will be petals. This one is not complete. I've been making these tonight, so I'm in the process of making a ton of them. And I will finish them off with the button when I'm done making them all. They will have a little button that goes in the middle, so you won't see all the gross hot glue ends that are coming up from there. The first one, we're going to do the easy pom-pom one. What you need is a strip of felt. It doesn't have to be evenly cut, that's okay. You're going to glue the sides together like this, so it is folded in half. And then you are going to glue the two folds down the long way together. Run your hot glue gun bead as close to the edge as possible because you want as much room to cut into it as you can have. So I'm going to do this right now with you because I didn't plan ahead. So 1 second. So I'm gluing my edge down. I just sort of give it a little couple pinches, make sure it seals down. Hot glue on felt, if you just close it and then let it go, it will start to come apart. So just close it for a few seconds even. Now I'm going to glue the edges down, the long edge. And see, this is how close, can you see that? I get to it, and then I just hold it up and I pat it down. It does not have to be anywhere near perfect, but do try to make the edges meet as well as possible. If your edges are crooked or choppy, kind of like mine are, it's okay because this is going to be the bottom anyways and no one will see it. So I'm going to finish doing that. I do like half at a time so I don't have to worry about glue cooling off and then not sticking when you get to it. So now I have it all glued lengthwise. I just have one more edge to glue, so I just do a little dollop of glue right inside there, pinch it closed, give it a few seconds. Okay, now what you're going to do is take your fabric scissors and you're going to cut about 3/4 of the way through. See, this is how, like that. And however thick you want, I tend to do a 1/4 inch, but this does not have to be perfect either. Just make sure you don't cut too hard, you will go through the whole thing. You'll learn after doing it a while when to stop pushing down. It'll just become second nature making these things. Almost done. Well, halfway. Now almost done. This is really the simplest thing ever, and I think the one that looks the most complicated, because that looks pretty awesome. And when I first wanted to do it, I thought you had to I didn't see the ends, the sides or the bottom, so I didn't know it was just wrapped up. I thought you had to do each little loop and then glue them all together. No. So now you have this piece that has a bunch of cuts in it all the way down. You're going to start at one end, and you're just going to start wrapping. And you wrap the whole thing. Now to make bigger ones, you can use longer strips of felt to make smaller ones obviously. If you make them wider, then instead of having this as like an inch, you can make them as wide as you want and then cut, and you'll have these bigger loops. Or you can go really small and tight. So when you're at the end, just stick a dab of glue down, seal it up, hold it there. So that's what we do with hot glue and felt. And then ta-da, poof it out a little bit, and you have one of these little pom-pommy flowers. The third flower I'm doing is the petal one, and I'm actually in the process, close call, of doing them right now. So I will go ahead and make one with you. What you're going to need are squares, little squares of felt this big or this big, however big you want your petals. These are scraps, and I'm using them as my base. So you also need a base one. And the base, you just cut out a little circle, something to glue the petals onto, which does not have to be in the same color, or it doesn't even have to be nice looking. What you're going to do first is you're going to cut out petals that look like this out of felt. They can look like that, or they can look fatter like these. They could be different sizes, whatever you want to do. I cut out, you want to cut 5 to 6 of each size. So cut the first one and then put that on another piece of felt and cut around it until you have 6 of them the same size, because you can make 5 petaled flowers or 6. Here's one that ended up being 6, and this one is 5. So it just depends what you want to do. So that way they're all about the same shape. Then you can leave them like that, or you can make them two-toned, and in that case make a slightly smaller petal and cut out the same number with that. Put it on, cut it out, put it on, cut it out. You will get something like this. First petal, second petal. All I did was take the second petal, put a little line of hot glue along the bottom there, stick it on. This is still flappy. No need to glue the rest. When you have 6 of these, I'm doing all 6, even though most of my flowers are 5 petal, but if I can fit 6 on, I will. So you have these little ones, and then you sort of pinch it closed. So you're holding it like that, and where it gets pinched, you're going to put a tiny little drop of hot glue. And then pinch it closed and hold it, because it's felt. And you're going to repeat this for all 6 of your petals. So then you'll have a little petal that looks like this. It's pinched. See, I didn't hold that one long enough, and do you see it coming apart? Oh, maybe you don't. But it is. So that one just needs to be held longer. When you have done all 6, internet magic, you have 6 of them that are done. You're going to have this big hard piece on the bottom. I cut part of that off You want to cut it either, I like cutting it at a slant so it's shorter on the bottom than it is on the top. Just a little bit, don't cut all the glued part off. So that it turns out like that. And you're going to do that to all 6. Here. So you're going to cut in the middle of the glued part. So now you have 6 that are ready to go onto your base. Here's my base. Here's my petal. You're going to put glue just on the little curved section of petal, not even very much. That's all I put on. Then you're going to stick this on your base, not too far in, just where the glue is. Mini. See, so now the end of the flower is roughly in the middle of the base. Or maybe you can see it that way better. So you have one stuck on there. Get in for another one. Glue. This one you want to stick really close to the first one, so they're like so close that you can grab them like this and pinch them shut, and hold that one onto the base too. Then the gap in between right there, you're going to put a little dollop of glue and pinch it shut. Get it all glued in nice and tight. So another one. Same thing for all of them. Little bit of glue on the back. Put it in right snugly into the petal you just did. You can adjust if you need to. Hold it down for a little bit. Put some glue in the little pocket between them. Just a little tiny dab. Pinch it closed. Don't worry about any glue that peeks out from the top here, because that'll be covered with whatever you finish it with. And I'll show you what I mean. I'm going to use buttons this time, but I have used just little circular pieces of felt before. So whatever you want to do to finish it. Here's my 4th one. Cuddle it right up with the one you just put on. Hold it there. Put a little dollop of glue in the pocket. Pinch it shut. It's easy to pinch it if you put it on the table, and then you can pinch it together and down at the same time. That's what I'm doing now. And I'm just going to try to fit 2 more and do a 6 petal, but I'm not. I'm just going to do 5. Glue. Cuddle it in right in the middle of your empty gap now, because it's the last one that's going in. Pinch push on it, get it in there. This one has 2 pockets now, because it's the last one going in, so put glue on each pocket and pinch it together with both fingers holding it. You can do it on a table. If you need a little touch-up glue anywhere to hold it where it's not sticking and you need it to stick, or you need it to be more snug in areas that it's not, just feel free to touch it up wherever you need to. And there you have your little 5-petal flower. Now, what we are going to do is, I wasn't prepared for this. I have all these buttons, and I think I'm going to use a blue button. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a bunch of glue right in the center where all that gross glue is. A big old dollop. Then I'm going to take my button and just press it on. Make sure you're not touching the middle of the button if it has holes, because then the glue will go right up onto your finger and potentially burn you. Do a little touch up here. Just want to be have these 2 petals be tighter to each other, so I'm just going to hold that for a minute. Clean it up from a little bit of glue. Once it dries, you can clean it up a lot easier from the hot glue hairs that string around on it. And there we go. As a little button. This one does not want to stay where I put it. And then once it is complete to how you like it, you can glue it on your wreath. To make the wreath, I just took a foam wreath that I got at Michael's. I think it's 14-inch. And I wrapped it in yarn, so you haven't even glued it down yet. And then I'm just going to start gluing them on wherever. I have not even thought about this process yet until all my flowers are done. But you glue it on, it could go there. And I have lots of different colors. I have this huge one that I have to put a button on yet. So just have fun with it, play around, and that's it. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to email me. And at some point, hopefully tonight, if not tonight, tomorrow, when I get able to update my blog, I will post how to make the pictures on how to make the little rosettes. Alright, go make something. And happy Thanksgiving!